my true like wealth is in network and access. Like I just have finessed and like created a network that is like,
I'm so curious. Who is the most famous person in your phone?
bro,
We got to do
couldn't even
this.
believe it. I mean, we can, I mean, whoever you want. And whoever you want.
What do you mean?
We can get on
Whoever?
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights out with Dave Chappelle in Australia and Brisbane. I remember I was in Gold Coast on this trip, and we had done shows with UFC with Perth, but I split off after, and I went to Gold Coast, and I was at the Langham. And I was getting into the elevator and I see somebody walk by me with security. I was like, I wonder who that was. And he turns around and I turn around and he goes, Mike? And I was like, Dave, what the hell? He goes, what you doing here, man? Like, I usually could do a better accent, but he's like, I got this show tonight in Brisbane. He's like, and I was with these two Australian girls. He was like, bring them up to my show, in Brisbane tonight. And so I go up there and he does this like sold out arena show. And his manager texts me. He's like, Dave wants you to come back to his red room because he has no green room. He has a red room. I go back there. He's got a giant speaker. He's just sitting back there with like tequila and joints and it's just me, him, these two Aussie Instagram models or whatever. And he's talking to me all night about like what you guys are doing in the podcast and what those brothers are doing for the sport of boxing is you gotta let me tell that story. And I'm like, dude, do you eat by any chance? I was like, do you want to should we go get dinner? Should we go out to dinner? And he's wheeling this portable speaker with him, and he keeps playing the same Radiohead song over. He's just as eclectic as you would imagine. He's playing unreleased podcast, him, Talib Kweli, Bill Murray, Kanye, like podcasts.
Holy shit.
I don't even think I've ever even seen the light of day potentially, but we go out, we go to dinner. This restaurant in Brisbane hooks us up, Bris Vegas, as they call it in Australia, all this Australian Wagyu. We go to this club after, and I remember I had a one of the most embarrassing moments for me of all of this like fame and is I was in this club in Australia, and it's me and Dave Chappelle literally just standing by ourselves, two of us, his buddies DJing, and this Aussie, like 17-year-old Aussie kid or maybe a little bit older, comes up to me in front of Dave and goes, hey, can I get a picture with you? Because he's a new age YouTube. And I wanted to say, dude, do you know who you're in front of right now? This is the greatest comic of all time, potentially. Like, are you? And I think I did. I think I pulled him around and said that to him. But dude, it's that has always been my forte. So as far as like the combo of me and Logan is concerned, he's always been the business side. He's always been the strategic mind. He's always been the pull, and I'm the handshaker. And truthfully, like there's a bunch of comparatives and complementaries. Like, you've got Fanatics with Michael Rubin. He's got a right hand named Will Macris, who is incredible at handshakes and room work. That is my bread and butter. That is what I do. If I told you how many of the guests that were on Impulsive that were relationships of mine that were brought on because I had spent 3 days with them in Vegas and out every night at XS, and they were going to fly into Saudi Arabia, and I said, okay, I have the plug in Riyadh or in Jeddah, and I connect them with, Faisal, shout out Faisal. And, I've worked every country on this planet, have the plug everywhere. Like when I go to Copenhagen in 2 weeks and I want to go to a beach town in Sweden, in a car, like the car will be ready, that's what I do. For me, I'm just like a big relationships guy, and I truly care about people. And that goes from all the way from, Chappelle and those type of people all the way down to my audience,
Do you have
not down to, but like across to my audience. Like even how I said that, it's not what I need.
Do you have to like networking to be good at
100%.
You do
100%, dude. Cause also like
you can't fake this. I'm just saying, like for the audience, let's just say there's someone out there who doesn't know anybody, but they want.
Graham doesn't like networking.
I hate networking.
So does Logan. You couldn't drag him to anything. He just doesn't do it. And so what does it take? I mean, and how do you do it? Once again, it's definitely making a conscious decision to go swim in the water and to go towards the resistance. The idea, like, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've gone out in I was at the Box in London with Alex from the Chainsmokers. These are all just random nights that just pop in my mind, and like a couple business guys, maybe like 2 months ago. And they'll hang out there, but at some point in the night, it was like 4 a.m, I make a decision where I'm just like, I think there's more to see tonight. And I'll just go explore. Like, I'll just go out, and depending on where I am, maybe security, maybe not, whatever. And I'll go, and I ran into a group of young Macedonian dudes, and they were like, let's go to the casino. And I'm like, let's go. And all of a sudden, that's my new crew for the night. Like, it's not just Chappelle. It's like, dude, I will hang out with anyone. To your point, love meeting people. And I don't care what you do. I'll sit and talk at the bus stop and talk to a person at the bus stop for 20 minutes.
How do you keep in touch with everybody, though? Because I could only handle maybe 10 people on my phone.
If you even saw, dude, if you even could, today might even better slowed it. Like, look at, those are just from while we sat down.
No
that's
way.
Just since we sat down, those blue dots.
Oh, dude, this is every like few minutes.
No, not even. It's like,
oh my gosh.
Like every minute you're getting a new text.
358, 346, 339, 38, 36, 32, 32, 27, 18, 17, 12, 309. That's all in the last
hour. And I don't know. I mean, if you see any name, there's might be some names that in there, but it's usually like, there's business stuff, there's travel planning, there's,
oh my God.
It's like, it just never really ends.
Holy.
That is hilarious.
It's not.
Wait, so how often are you just leaving people on red? And just
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I did the classic story that everybody always talks about is one of Jimmy's Beast's favorite thing to do is to call creators when he goes for walks.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this, right? And he has brought it up like multiple times on shows. He's like, the only person that doesn't answer my call is Mike. Doesn't answer my call, doesn't respond to my... I'm like, dude, the greatest mind in our generation, like in our group, in our creative set, Jimmy is a genius, an actual genius, but I don't always see it. Like, I won't see it. It'll get mixed up with,
the guy at the bus stop.
Literally, or like the bottle girls from Atlanta, like or whoever, right? And it's just, I think like a certain level of the networking thing is just priority control, which obviously even in certain cases, like Beast is a failure on my part, but like, managing the alligator closest to the boat.
How does someone get started networking like that, assuming they have no connections, no podcast? They just want to meet great people who are levels above them.
I think every city has players. They're not us, right? But like in Orange, Connecticut, which is like a city of probably 20,000 people, there's someone there that is connected to someone above them. It's to an extent, like, I hate to use the term, but like they call it ladder climbing. And you know what I'm saying? Like, one room just is simply going to put you in the next one. And the first room is not going to be attractive. It wasn't for me. My first room might have been an AA meeting. Like, the first person that ever gave me a chance was this lady named Denise, who was doing freelance work with AOL. And she was like, I just like your energy. I think you're a good person. And I want to give you a chance taking pictures and writing about local businesses. You know what I'm saying? And now the room is Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying? Or it's somewhere in Abu Dhabi. You know what I'm saying? Or I've got deals now in Dubai. I've done a ton of work with Saudi. It's wild how some creative application could bring you to places that you never thought it would, especially in 2025.